Just woke up 3 a.m. from a dream and accidentally took the time to first write this dream down in the notes app on my phone because I couldn't find this voice memo app. But moving on to the dream, the demons, they were disguised as humans, but like rich, elite, fancy humans that the actual humans desired to be like and respected and revered. These demons that look just like normal humans used public debating systems to influence the masses into their will, like public school council meetings, city council meetings, different debating platforms that involve the masses. That's pretty much anywhere they could get in to influence others' will. So they would come to these meetings and present their issues or problems as real concerning issues, as things that are super important. And they would be very convincing. They would make it seem like it's an issue that we all should be concerned about, that, you know, their solution is for our greatest benefit, like it'll benefit us all. But secretly, there was no problem other than problems they created. And the solution didn't benefit everybody, but only them. So that's how they influenced the masses. But they would lure people to their own demise by inviting them to functions or events or to their mansion of houses. And they preferred mostly families and children. That was their favorites. And once they get them to these events, they shower them with grandioso things, big meals, for example, or like everybody's having fun and everybody's doing something, using people's free will to lure them into bad situations, into private rooms outside of the event rooms, to smaller rooms, and locking them in there, using people for food, for slavery, for dark rituals, sending some to hell, torturing them. They had multiple uses for the humans, but always, of course, benefiting them in one way or the other. This part was probably the most disgusting and vivid and clear in the dream, because once these demons disguised as humans went to the door where they were holding the people, At first, they kept their nature disguised or hidden. But once the masses, the humans, the people realized that something wasn't right, and what is being requested doesn't feel okay or doesn't seem right, the demons would reveal their nature. But by then it was too late. And they were really disgusting and vivid and clear in my dreams. There was all sorts of demons. Some look like wolf people, bloody. Some look like pig people. Some were short, some were tall. Some were like goblin people. They were disgusting and vile and hateful. They got off on misery. It brought them great pleasure. One last part of the dream that was really vivid and clear. In public events, they would team up with each other. So what seemed to be a husband and wife would team up and support each other. How can I give this example? Like, the man at a debate is expressing himself to get his will, and when the audience seems maybe doubting what he's saying, then the wife, not beside him, but like 5 rows back, another section back, stands up and presents a supporting case to his argument, and will kind of present and pull at the hearts of the people until you can sense that the audience is siding with the demons disguised as humans. And that some of them are like friends or cronies and support each other in the same fashion. Presenting evidence for their desires and manipulating the will of the masses. Always 100% of the time, presenting it as concerned for the well-being of the masses. Solutions to problems that they created, but the masses do not know that the demons created the very problem. So basically coaxing the humans to giving up their free will, their rights, or whatever. Just tricking the humans. Once again, they find weird ways to support each other. Like, you wouldn't even notice how they work and how they back each other up to force an agenda that only benefits them and not the masses. It normally works against the masses 100% of the time. But it always looks so good. It looks like they're helping everybody, that what they're doing is going to make changes. It's going to make differences. That it's what everybody should want. It's the greatest thing ever, kind of thing. You know, we love you all so much. We're supporting you. We're helping you. We're doing right. We're making the changes in the world that need to be done, but secretly they're pushing their own agenda. And they may use even innocent people, children, as as poster childs for their own agenda, unbeknownst to the humans that they're using to get their own will. They create puppets by presenting the problem that they created and then making the human support them, thinking that what they're doing is right and is going to make a difference, but all the while feeding that puppet of a human what they need to say to the masses. And they think that they're a concerned, well-mannered, like good-intentioned human, but secretly they're supporting the demons and not even realizing it. All the while think they're doing something great. And they're all over the world doing this. My dream was so vivid and long. It seemed long. It seemed like I was in there forever. It was so scary. But not scary in like oh man, I'm so scared of you because you're a demon kind of way, but scary because in the dream they influence so many people, so many families, just all across the world, manipulating the world to get their desires fulfilled, to meet their needs and their quotas, as it were. And it was a large network. You would call them the elite, but they were the elite families, but they were everywhere, all the way down to the small systems and small homes, all the way up to the largest systems and the largest homes. No one knew it until it was too late. Another technique they used was turning people against people. It made their job so much easier. Divide and conquer. One thing that, I don't know, kind of stood out, about the ceremonies they would invite them to, as it were. The demons inviting humans. Like, I don't know. Seemed like they were invited in with good intentions. Then once they were in, it started, as in representing the good intentions. But it was almost like they were doing things that were kind of wrong and weird, and then making it look okay and normal. So then the humans wanted in because it looked like they were having so much fun. They being the demons disguised as humans were having so much fun that the humans began to do things that were against their nature or better judgment. It was like, I don't know, feasting on animal flesh kind of thing, or human flesh, I don't know. It was just the idea, multiple facets, that humans would be coaxed into doing things that they probably knew they shouldn't be doing. And just because the elite, the demons, made it look so cool. But then, always, when the humans got led into the next room, well, let's call it the slave chambers or whatever, the holding place, that very thing would be used against them. Like, the ones that got led into eating animals became the food, as it were. The ones that got led into sexual indulgence became the sexual victim for these demons. Those that got led into abusing others They were the ones that got the abuse by the demons and the torturing. Because the humans, once they went into the room, the very thing they were desiring or wanting that they knew was wrong was used against them and done to them. It was... The humans were led into those rooms by their own free will. And it's almost like they were led into, for lack of a better word, sin. They were led into anything that was against their nature by their own free will. No one asked them to do it. They just did it because of the influence. They were influenced into doing it by making things look cool, looking appropriate. But no one asked them to do it. And once they were led into the room, they went in there with that desire for more of what they knew was wrong. And when the tables get turned, they're mortified, of course. But it's ironic because, at that point, what can you say or do, Because you've been trapped and you've been had the wool pulled over your eyes, but, how can you be so upset? I mean, it's just, you can't be necessarily upset at the demons at that point, because you yourself are wanting the sexual indulgence or the feasting of the flesh. Then you become the object of the feasting of the flesh or the sexual indulgence or the abuse. They turn it around on you by, once again, always free will. And it's like exploiting the darkest side of human nature, which is actually in coincidence with the normal side of the demonic nature. It's the status quo of the demonic nature. It's their normal mode of being, and almost like it's just their nature, and they just bring it out of the humans and feed upon it and play with it and join in on it and amplify it. Yeah. They turned earth into their feasting grounds.